What's going on, guys? It's your host, Master Draco. Welcome back to the kingdom. Whew, alright, I'm here to do a profile of my 5th place deck. You guys already know what it is. I tried recording this one other time, and it went close to 20 minutes, which I know you guys don't like long videos, because, it doesn't really keep your attention span. Which I get, because it wouldn't me either. So, I got 5th place with Dinomorphia. Yeah, rounds, went 5 rounds, got a round 1 bye. Round 2 was Sky Striker 2-0. Third round was Drytron 2-1. And then I got Phantom Knights, or PK, whatever, Mishmash. Round 4, it was a 1-2. And then, or no, I think it was a 2-0. Or 0-2, yeah. And then round 5 was Adamantipator 1-2. So, all of them, I believe, went to game 3. But anyway, let's get in the profile. I'll try and explain a little bit, but if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down at the bottom in the comment section. Or Facebook group if I'm posting this to. Yeah. So, Dinomorphia Thresia. Effect is when it's normal special. You can set a Dinomorphia trap directly from the deck onto your field. And then if your life points are 2,000 or less, it gains 500 attack. On top of it, if it gets destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon a Dinomorphia, level 4 lower Dinomorphia from your graveyard, which is going to be the Diplos. So, Diplos has a somewhat similar ability. Diplos Foolish Burials a Dinomorphia trap directly from the deck. And then if your life points are 2,000 or less, you can burn your opponent for 500. And then the same thing, banish. They both have the effect of you can banish a trap to special summon the other one. So if the user gets destroyed by battle card effect, you can banish a trap, special this, and then you can do this to get hurt, and then there you go. And plus you get a kick off with that effect and that effect, so which is kind of nice. Tech card I'm kind of running now is Flower Dino. It's not bad. It can only be special summoned by its own effect. If you activate a trap or an effect, or your opponent activates a spell or an effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. I don't think it activates. Comment down below if it does activate in hand. If not, whatever. I'm glad it doesn't. But special summon this card, you can only special summon it by its effect. And then if this card gets sent to the graveyard, you can target up to 3 spell or trap cards that are banished, shuffle them back into the respective decks, and draw 1 card. As you heard, respective decks, so it can be you or your opponent. But this is good to shuffling back your own trap cards. Or not really shuffling, excuse me. You put them to the bottom of the deck, the respective decks, and you draw 1. My bad. Let me get that out of the way. And then the last card is Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. Really good card because you will have dinos in the graveyard to banish to, and it's a 3,500 body. And something I learned is to use this effect to destroy a dino on field or hand. You can destroy a dino in your hand like that's dead, banish a trap, special this, or vice versa. And, if you're in a position where you're under 2,000, they get effects. So, yeah, that's actually pretty interesting. I just realized that. I learned it today. So, for the spells, 2 Potter Duality. This is a 42 card deck. I was running 1 Duality, and that's it. Well, not really that's it, but 1 Duality, but I decided to bump it up to 2 and add the Flower Dino, and it worked pretty well. Triple Fossil Dig, and then triple Prosperity, because you want to start. These are your main starters. Or, yeah, pretty much just starters you want to have. I think Prosperity over Extrav, because you actually get a pick and, excavate, What dinos do you excavate? So, let's see. Traps. I'll kind of briefly go over. So, the counter traps, if you're under 2,000 or less, and your opponent goes to battle, during the battle step, you can banish this card, and you take no battle damage involving that battle. And then the normal traps, that's the counter traps and normal traps. If you take effect damage, you take no further effect damage for that turn. Okay, that's all the clauses for the counter traps and the respective counters and normal traps. So Dinomorphia Revision. Pay half your life, copy a counter trap in your graveyard. Doesn't matter if it's Dinomorphia or not, and use that effect. So you just Solemn Judgment, negate whatever, or strike. You don't have to pay the life point cost, which is nice. Yeah, so that's what that one does. Dinomorphia Alert. Target 2 of your, pay half your life. All of the trap cards will say pay half your life. To special summon up to 2 Dinomorphia monsters that are level 8 or lower. and then which tells me they're going to be different levels possibly, so which is good. And you can attack with them, and then some other claws, but it's pretty much like original beast steeds anyway. And then yeah, you know that other effect. I don't think it has any other effects. Yeah, you can't special summon anything else but Dinomorphia. 2 of the Dinomorphia Sonic counter trap. If your opponent activates a spell or trap, negate it and then destroy Dinomorphia monster. So that'll help kick off the other 2 Dinomorphia monsters. So that's nice. Might bump this down to 1. Don't know yet. Double Brute. You destroy 1 Dinomorphia monster on your side, and you destroy 1 card your opponent controls. So spell trap monster doesn't matter. Get it off the field. Get an effect through the Dinomorphia and keep going. So recursion. One of the better traps, I think. Not the best, but one of the better traps. Dinomorphia Shell. At the start of the battle phase, you can activate this counter trap, so which is nice. Make a token. Your opponent cannot attack anything but the token. So if the token leaves through their own effect or your effect, they can't attack anything else. That's my impression. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course, down in the comments. But I think that's how it works in that one, and it's only for that battle or that turn. Excuse me. And then the best trap, bar none, is Dinomorphia Domain. It's the Shut-Off Fusion. Pay half your life. Pretty much you can either send 2 Dinomorphias from your deck to the grave, or hand to the grave, or field. So you can do a little combination. That's why I run triple shell, because of the token. So you need a few monsters until the new stuff comes out in Dimension Force, which is gonna be busted. I think it's only got 2 cards announced, but hopefully get more. One of the better traps that are non-Dinomorphia, Skill Drain. I need to put 2 or 3 in the back or in the deck right now. I'm hoping to go to a tournament tomorrow, or this upcoming Saturday, and run this deck and make some revisions in that. But yeah, I mean, Skill Drain. I saw it once on Wednesday, but I didn't need it because I was already in winning position. But other than that, yeah, you need to bump this up to like 2 and 3. Just get this quicker. That way your 4K fusion can just 4K. 4K. One trap trick. Trap trick's been fine. It hasn't been bricking, which is nice. It's just good to have to search out. So if you don't find your domain, you can banish your domain and that. And then with Flower Dino, you can get the domains back, which is nice. Or just, because you banish all the traps that are going to be useless, that are dead in your grave, and just banish it and then return to the deck, draw 1. So let's see, 2 Solemn Strikes. I might bump this up to 3 now. We'll see. But pay life points. You want to get 2,000 or less as quickly as possible. That way, you can start getting your Dinomorphia cards effects off as well. And yeah, just cards in general, monsters, traps, mainly monsters. Triple Imperm because it's a trap card, and you want to play traps. And this is the only hand trap that I play for this deck because it's just a trap and it's good. Free fodder. One of the other better traps for them being normal trap cards is Torrential Tribute. You just blow up the board and make another board, and blow up board again, make another board, and yeah. You just want to put your opponent to low resources and beat them down with just weenie monsters. And then Triple Solemn Judgment because pay half, go down to 4K, pay half, go down to 2K, pay half, go down to 1K, and you're off to the races, pretty much. So that's the main deck. It's 42 cards like I had mentioned. We're going to go side deck here in just a moment. Alright, so side deck, pretty standard, I think, for the most part, for lineups like this. Once per turn, not a hard once per turn. You can, actually, let me double check myself and correct it. Nope, not a hard once per turn. It's once per copy. You can pay half your life, banish a trap, and copy the trap's effect. So, but you don't have to pay the cost of it. So pretty much like this domain, being 2 of these out with Skill Drain, that's 8K right there. So yeah, very good, very good. And when she's destroyed by a battle or card effect, she'll summon a level 4 or lower Dinomorphia monster from your graveyard. That is not once per turn. So you have 3 of these motherfuckers out here. You get 3 monsters, so they replace themselves, which is a pretty good boss monster so far for right now until Dimension Force. Pterodactyl. I'm just gonna call it Pterodactyl. It's the defender of the deck. While your life points are 2,000 or less, you do not have to pay to activate trap cards, Dinomorph, or pay life points to activate trap cards or Dinomorph monster effects. Reading that now is actually kind of broken now that I realize you do not have to pay for. Hold on, let me reread that. I'm going to take a couple minutes here. While your life points are 2,000 or less, you do not pay life points to activate trap cards or Dinomorph monster effects. So trap cards, that's interesting. Because counter traps you don't have to pay life points for, so you can run like the Solemn Brigade, the Chaos Trap Hold, I think of it, like trap card, like you don't have to pay life points for trap effects. That's kind of busted. I need to make this more often. Like that's good. That's really good. And then same effect, if it gets destroyed by battle card effect, replace it with a level 4 lower, so, and that's not once per turn either. Super Poly targets, Mud King, Mud Dragon of the Swamp, Dragospelia, and Starting Venom for the PK and get out, was it a DPE? One Lagia, one Dolka, because you don't really go into them, but when you do, it's just to make sure your back row stays safe. For the most part, one Dark, the Dark Charmer Gloomy, because all your stuff's dark, generally. And then the one like odd thing that I threw in here that I never saw, which I'm going to keep in here, and you're going to laugh, take it with a grain of salt. Utopia. See Utopia. And Utopia Lightning. Okay, so with Utopia already, it's a 2,500, essentially vanilla, but it protects, which is nice. This, on the other hand, is where I'm getting at. So if your life points are 1,000 or less, you can activate the effect. Not a hard once per turn. So right now, with the Utopia, you have 2 materials under the Utopia. Make this, on top of that, you have 2 materials plus the Utopia. So you go detach, and so what this card does is decrease your opponent's monster by 1,000, increase this by 500. And you do that twice because it's not even a once per turn per copy type thing. Make your opponent monster weenie, make your guy stronger to help beat over if you just want to go the beat down with 3, or you keep the discard or detach the 2, keep this and this, go over in lightning, and that way your lightning can go, attack, can't active effects, detach, make 5k, punch over for a good chunk of damage. So that's the idea behind that. I'm still going to test it out. The Super Poly package is okay. I may change that up, so if you guys have any thoughts on it, let me know. Tournament is this Saturday, so interesting. I'm asking help when it's pretty close to it. And then quickly with the side deck, Super Poly is not too bad. Lightning Storms because to blow out back row and monsters. 1 red reboot to make sure my stuff goes through. 2 summon limit because I am a stun strategy and I can just go beat down, no problem. And then to clear boards evenly matched, and then to make sure I have a safe time going first, Dimension Barrier. So yeah, that's the deck, guys. Like I said, the last video was close to 20 minutes. I know it's not 20 minutes now. It's probably close to like 10 to 12. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the profile. Comment, rate, subscribe. And if you guys want to see a fun Metalfoe list, hit me up down in the comments too. And then if you want to, on top of that, see a combo tutorial of different lines you can do that are relatively same end board, yeah, let me know. Pretty much, like I said, I'm going to be uploading more content, and hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.